Bangor. From the Great North Woods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, a reward is being offered following the discovery of 2 animals that were illegally shot.
Plus, we'll hear from local health officials who are concerned about a spike in respiratory illness among babies.
And Bar Harbor residents will soon vote on whether or not to limit the number of cruise ships that can stream into Frenchman Bay.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us. We'll have those stories and much more coming up. But first, a check of the forecast. And before we do, by the way, don't forget, tonight's a chance to check out I think it's the last lunar eclipse for the year that's happening overnight.
Tomorrow morning.
Early tomorrow morning.
I hoped that we will be able, there's a live stream on NASA, so go to nasa.gov/live, and hopefully I will be able to catch that first thing when we come in this morning and screen record it, so
Awesome.
We will have that in the news tomorrow as well.
Or you could do it the old-fashioned way and just go outside and
around
look up.
3 or 4 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's early tomorrow morning. Yeah.
We'll be in, but we'll record it for you in case you don't get up. The good news is it looks like things will be clearing out as far as the clouds go, so we'll have a good chance of seeing that.
Excellent point. Yep, Devin has all the forecast details.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Monday. And your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, here we have a couple alerts we had to talk about this morning. We have a gale watch in effect until 7 p.m. Tuesday. I expect these to get upgraded either small craft advisories or gale warnings. And we also do have some small craft advisories up until 4 a.m. on Tuesday. Gusty winds will be on the way, and that's going to make things a little interesting along the coast over the next few days with high surf that will be expected. And some of us are even waking up to a few rain showers this morning. A lot of this right here dissipating as it tracks off to the south and east along a cold front here. And once this cold front moves through, which will be about the afternoon period, these temperatures that are expected to hit the low 70s today will soon begin to fall. But here's this front right about in here continuing to track off towards the south and east. Again, the rain will move through later on this morning. And then the front by about early afternoon will start to pass through as well. Once it moves through, the sun comes out, maybe a few passing clouds. But, of course, the cold front will mean some cooler temperatures on the way. But also a gusty west to northwest wind that will be expected from time to time as well, reaching up to 20 to even 35 miles per hour in a few spots. Even sustained winds today reaching up to around 15 to 20 miles per hour in a few cases, even through parts of Tuesday morning. For today, lower 70s, some morning rain showers, then decreasing clouds with that west wind getting up to about 35 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing decreasing clouds, temperatures in the 70s early, then cooling off. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thanks, Devin. The Piscataquis County Sheriff's Department is trying to solve a mystery. They were called Sunday after someone reportedly found a person's body. There are a few details to report at this hour, but officials say additional information will be released today. They say they're still trying to determine exactly how the person passed away.
2 separate animal shootings are under investigation by Maine game officials. The Warden Service is asking the public for information regarding an illegally killed moose. The carcass was found in northern Aroostook County. Officials believe the moose was killed in late September. It was found covered in brush in an attempt to hide it. They're also investigating an injured bald eagle that was found in Mattawamkeag. It was not able to fly, and an X-ray revealed the eagle had shotgun pellets inside its body. Maine Operation Game Thief is offering rewards of $4,500 for information regarding the eagle and $3,000 for the moose. Those with information should call 1-800-ALERT-US.
The professional firefighters of Hamden were aided by the Maine Forest Rangers to a call of a forest fire in Hamden yesterday. In a post on Facebook, they said their crew responded to the scene with, in total, 3 firefighters and a paramedic who came in on their day off, making a point to say that NFPA standard states for towns of 7,000 to 10,000 residents, 4 firefighters are needed for proper emergency responses. That's 1 more than they had on scene. Thanks to a combined effort between those on their day off and the 2 departments, the forest fire was extinguished.
Medical experts are sounding an alarm to what they are calling a crisis as the number of babies contracting RSV continues to grow. A.J. Douglas spoke with a mother that says she's doing everything in her power to protect her newborn.
The state of Maine continues to see a surge in respiratory syncytial virus infection, also known as RSV, among babies and toddlers. Friday, healthcare professionals collaborated to address this growing health issue. The respiratory illness can spread through coughs and sneezes.
While we want everyone to know how stretched the healthcare system is right now, we also don't want parents to panic. RSV is a common virus. It's not a new virus like COVID was a couple years ago.
Healthcare professionals say hospital beds in the pediatric ward are virtually full. We spoke to a new mom who says the possibility of her child contracting RSV is her worst nightmare.
I've heard so many horror stories of babies getting it and they end up in the hospital and intubated or on oxygen, and it is terrifying.
According to the Maine Center of Disease Control and Prevention, symptoms of RSV include coughing, sore throat, running nose, and wheezing. The new mother speaks on small ways she helps protect her baby in a big way.
Nobody is allowed to kiss his hands or his face, limiting who gets to hold him and look at him and stuff when we're out in public.
Doctors say babies under 6 months old, premature infants, and even older children with underlying heart or lung problems could be at risk during this flu and COVID-19 season. Healthcare leaders also recommend best practices to parents so to keep their children safe.
During this RSV surge, we should be keeping those children at high risk, particularly newborns and young infants, away from public indoor crowded places. Just during this surge, it's just important to keep them protected, just like we do with COVID and influenza.
Other preventative methods include washing hands with soap, covering coughs as well as sneezes, while refraining from kissing to decrease the spread of RSV. In Bangor, AJ Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
Mainers everywhere are getting ready for the upcoming election. Here's what a few people had to say about a quickly approaching Election Day.
I haven't got much to say, I guess. I just hope it's honest.
Yeah, this is the quietest election I've ever been through. You know, like the last one with Collins and all that was just insane. And this one, most people don't even know there's an election going on.
I think being in Maine, having ranked choice voting, definitely is something that gives us opportunity to get away from the partisan politics.
I think also that I think Jarrett Goldman ought to think of what's going on and what people he's take another look at it.
And don't forget, Election Day is tomorrow, and Maine allows same-day registration for its voters. Anyone with proof of residency can register the same day. And Herman residents will be voting to decide if funding to renew an athletic field should be approved. Voters previously approved the upgrades in the 2021 primary, but with the cost of the project now being higher than expected, the school committee and town council decided that voters should have a second chance to decide. I spoke with the superintendent of the schools and got the details. With multiple funding sources for the possible improvements of Pottle Field, it could be easy for voters to be unsure of how it would directly impact them. Micah Grant, the superintendent of Herman Schools, says the approval of the question could cause a tax increase.
We're trying to pull in as many different funding sources as possible, so we're trying to secure donorship. We're trying to offset that increase with reserve accounts, and the town and the school have been really responsible in the last decade at putting money aside, putting money in reserve accounts. The Herman taxpayers have already paid, so we might as well tap into those when it's going to benefit the entire community.
Grant says if the improvements are approved, more teams, including the middle school and rec teams, would have more playing time on the fields, which currently have to be carefully scheduled and rearranged due to drainage issues.
We have a really robust rec program, and we have hundreds of kids in rec football and in rec soccer. And so one of the things that we like to do is we like to bring those kids right onto our, they get to play on those fields because, again, it just builds that excitement. And whether that is soccer or football, we want our rec to be able to use the field. But, again, you have to limit that exposure when, you're talking about playing surfaces and keeping them in tip-top shape.
If approved, they could break ground for this project as soon as December. For ABC 7 and Fox 22, I'm Emma Smith.
Meanwhile, a local organization working to serve the homeless community recently announced some good news. Hope for Homeless operates in the Bangor area by providing resources to shelters, by delivering food, clothing, and major necessity items that we may sometimes take for granted, things like water. Back in May, Blue Triton donated 40,000 bottles of water to the organization, and on Friday, the water supplier delivered 38,000 more bottles of water for the homeless. Co-founder of Hope House, Ann Sweeney, says having a diverse set of donors helps them fill in the gaps when providing for those in need.
The side community does not get access to water. We don't want them drinking out of streams or mud puddles. I mean, we're not just talking adult homeless here. We have families that are homeless with children.
A warehouse space in Bangor is difficult to find. Water is one of the survival things that you need.
Well, anyone interested in donating can connect with Hope for Homeless by way of their Facebook page.
And I have gotten in touch with Ann a couple times myself, just for if I'm cleaning out my closet and I have extra jackets, or if I'm, have non-perishables that I can locate to donate. Ann is an excellent resource to donate directly to the Bangor community, because I can't remember the guy's name, Kenneth said, I think, you do need a lot of storage space, and that's kind of rare. So she's a really good resource if people want to find a way to donate to the community. Like we said, Hope for Homeless on Facebook.
And there's always a need, too.
Right. Well, the time is now 8:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, the Bangor Band has a new conductor. We'll hear a recap of yesterday's performance in Bangor.
But first, let's take another look at that forecast. Not a bad one. After the clouds move out a little bit today, we can expect some sunshine and very warm temperatures with a high of 71. Getting cooler from there, though. It's going to be breezy and clear tonight, so we can check out that lunar eclipse tomorrow. And sunny and windy day, but look at the difference in the temperatures, dropping down to the mid-40s. We'll be right back.
I am so fearful this winter for oil prices.
We can't go on like this.
Jared Golden's votes are definitely making inflation worse.
Jared Golden is not independent.
Golden and Biden are lockstep.
I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and I cannot support Jared Golden.
We need to make a change. Maine needs Bruce Poliquin.
Bruce Poliquin is concerned with Maine people of all walks of life.
I know Bruce Poliquin cares for Maine, and I know he'll fight for us.
I'm Bruce Poliquin, and I approve this message.
Renovating or building new, you'll find a wide selection of high-performing, energy-efficient, and beautiful windows and doors at Hammond Lumber Company. Your Hammond sales representative will walk you through the showroom displays and help you choose options to create a personalized custom look. Free in-home measurement is available, and Hammond can deliver your order from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Bring your vision and enjoy better light and added security and energy savings with quality windows and doors from Hammond Lumber Company.
Autumn of Life Home Care is a great place to work. The team here provided me with all the opportunities and experience necessary to grow within the company, all while working around my busy college schedule. They provided all the necessary licensing and training. It truly was the job that kickstarted my career.
Autumn of Life Home Care in Brewer is a licensed agency with personal support specialists.
Let our compassionate, reliable, considerate caregivers make your life a little easier by providing assistance for you or your loved one.
Autumn of Life Home Care. We focus on you. Apply today.
Jared Golden and the Democrats by the numbers. The worst inflation in 40 years. Home heating, groceries, gasoline, all through the roof. 87,000 new IRS agents. $20 billion in new taxes on the middle class. All because 83% of the time, Jared Golden votes with Biden and Pelosi. On November 8, stop the Democrats' war on the middle class. Defeat Jared Golden. The NRCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Welcome back, everyone. New England's oldest community band's indoor performances are back. Our Devin Dagnall was there and didn't miss a beat.
After a brief hiatus due to COVID-19, the Bangor Band is back in the Peaks Auditorium at Bangor High School for their Harvest concert. The Bangor Band has a rich history of concerts for the community, with their performances dating back to the 1800s. The newest principal conductor, Dr. Philip Edelman, says he will keep with traditions and focus on what makes the historic band great.
I think that we've been in pretty good hands so far. You know, my predecessor, Chip Farnham, when I was the assistant conductor along with Scott Burdett, he's continuing on, and we just want to continue our trajectory forward.
During COVID-19, the band could not play inside and had to host all of their practices and performances outside. Edelman says returning to indoor performances may not be as intuitive as one would think.
We've had to retrain our ears a little bit and, get used to each other and what we sound like inside a closed space. But I think you're going to be really impressed with how the band sounds today.
Band members say that they're excited to be back inside and that it's already been great working with Edelman.
Philip is filled with energy. I mean, he just bubbles with energy. And that's exciting because that excites us. And he's young. Philip is bringing in this new energy, which, again, is great for us.
To find out about event dates or audition information, visit bangorband.org. In Bangor, I'm Devin Dagnall, reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
The Hampden Academy of Music Association asked members of the community to share some team spirit to help local music students score big. AJ Douglas has more.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. We're doing that today for the high schoolers.
Saturday, the Hampden Academy Music Association held a community dodgeball tournament to help benefit the music program.
I know people have come from as far as Sangerville, to participate in this tournament. So it's not just people in Hampden that are a part of this, which is awesome.
Funding raised during the tournament will also fund a student trip during the World Strides Music Festival in New York City, where band and chorus students are scheduled to perform.
It's really important that we provide funding so that every student that wants to go can. Those types of experiences are so important to the growth and learning of our students.
6 teams registered for the event and showed team spirit while supporting local students.
Go Hannah's Busy Bees! We just thought it would be a fun way to support the local high school and the kids as they raise money.
It's about fun and exercise and supporting the local school.
The music department plans to raise $1,000 from event registrations and silent auction items. In Hampton, AJ Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
Well, students, faculty, and community members, young and older, visited the University of Maine in Orono as the university showcased a world of culture over the weekend. The annual Culture Festival, hosted by the University of Maine Office of International Programs and International Student Association, celebrated cultures from around the world all in one room. This year, the university has 500 international students from 83 countries. The Culture Festival features traditional meals, spices, clothing, and exhibits.
It's a really great opportunity to share their culture, their knowledge, their language with our community, and that includes both our campus community and our Orono and Bangor community.
A few community organizations like the Maine Multicultural Center participated in the festival to engage children to get involved in international activities. What a neat way to kind of expose people to different little tastes from around the world.
I know, it's fun, and literally tastes from around the world.
Right?
Well, that's on you.
Oh, that's on me. I have to read that now. The time is 8:18. I was just sitting there thinking about the food again. Coming up after the break, we'll hear about the question Bar Harbor voters will decide on, which could fundamentally change their entire tourism season.
Plus, we'll get a nationwide check of what the midterms could bring us. This and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
After 9/11, Jared Golden joined the Marines and served the country he loves. When he returned, he ran for office to serve the state he calls home. He passed legislation to cap the cost of insulin for seniors and lower drug prices for people across Maine. But Bruce Poliquin, he went from Wall Street to Washington to serve himself, taking thousands from drug companies and voting against capping costs. Jared Golden, from here, for us. Moderate PAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
I think Janet Mills has been a pretty okay governor. She's been a good governor. And, I think she's been a great governor. Okay, did I get it right?
Nice work, Angus.
Okay. Now, look, the formula seems to be no partisan brawls, working together with the parties, taking ideas from everybody.
Right. Turns out in this day and age, working together still pays off.
Who could believe it? See? Pretty okay.
I'll take it. Thanks, Angus.
your favorite restaurants for half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Here's this week's featured deal.
Great things are always cooking at the Ground. New menu, new specials, with an amazing variety of choices for every taste. Good times, great service, and amazing food. Only at your locally owned Ground, Odland Road, Bangor.
On sale Thursday at 9 a.m. A limited supply available half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Jared Golden and the Democrats by the numbers. The worst inflation in 40 years. Home heating, groceries, gasoline, all through the roof. 87,000 new IRS agents. $20 billion in new taxes on the middle class. All because 83% of the time, Jared Golden votes with Biden and Pelosi. On November 8, stop the Democrats' war on the middle class. Defeat Jared Golden. The NRCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. The town of Bar Harbor will be voting on a petition that could fundamentally change its entire tourism season. Devin Dagnall has more.
The stronger a vote that can come out of the Bar Harbor citizens, the better. Now, it's up to the citizens.
In just a few days, the town of Bar Harbor will be voting on a citizens' petition that would restrict the number of cruise ship passengers allowed on shore at a time.
Sentiments have been building for quite some time that the cruise industry is having a large and increasingly too large influence on Bar Harbor. There are days when it totally takes over the town. It's driven a lot of better and regular visitors away.
The petition would limit the number of cruise ship passengers allowed on shore to just 1,000 at a time. The number of passengers coming and going would be tracked by the harbor master, and if the ships do not comply, they will be fined $100 per extra person on shore.
There are people who want the more the better, and there are people who want none, zero. And then we did some back of the hand calculations, but we thought that this was a reasonable compromise.
The petition, of course, is not without its critics. Kevin DeVoe, owner of the West Street Cafe, says that the restrictions imposed on cruise ships would be detrimental to his business.
Cruise ships amount to about 30 to 35% of our business. It's how we get to profitability. And without them, we can't see any way to it.
DeVoe says if the regulations are approved, he may have to close his restaurant earlier in the season and possibly cut staff.
It's a huge loss of revenue, and it will challenge us to, eventually we're going to have to decide, do we want to continue to operate a restaurant?
The decision is now in the hands of Bar Harbor residents, who will vote on the matter this Tuesday. In Bar Harbor, I'm Devin Dagnall, reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
It's an interesting dilemma down there. I mean, on one hand, you want all these tourists to come to the area because that's your lifeblood, but at the same time, too much. It gets a little packed down there.
I know. It's been an ongoing dilemma. I served in Bar Harbor last season, so I get it.
You've seen it all then.
I get it.
Yeah.
Well, the time is now 8:23.
Time to get a full look at our forecast. Looking pretty good. Here's Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, here's these advisories again. Gale watches in effect until 7 p.m. on Tuesday, and we also have small kite advisories up until 4 a.m. on Tuesday as well. I expect these gale watches to get upgraded to gale warnings or small craft advisories at some point, as we'll be dealing with some high surf courtesy of gusty winds that will be developing. We also have rain moving in as well, along this cold front though, and that's been developing from time to time, so you'll get a quick downpour for a while this morning. But once things start to track off towards the south and east, we'll get all this rain out of here. Then for the afternoon, it'll be decreasing clouds and falling temperatures. We'll go from the lower 70s at about the noon time frame, and we'll just keep cooling off. From there, here's the big picture. We're seeing this cold front right about in here that'll be moving through. High pressure not too far away either, so once high pressure starts to move in, that means some nice weather that'll begin to develop as well. We have a few nice days of nice weather on the way. Once we get past today, it'll just be a little bit cooler. Otherwise, though, here's those gusty winds we'll have to watch out for. Some of these gusts reaching up to 30 miles per hour at times today, lasting through tonight, even into parts of tomorrow as well. So a couple of days at least with gusty winds that will be on the way. Already wave heights are reporting around 4 to 5 feet right now, according to some of the buoys. Where you see some of these lighter colors here, we're seeing some areas that are seeing higher surf, and of course we're expecting it to get a little bit worse as that cold front begins to move through. Alrighty, temperatures recently continue to get warm. Look at Friday, we were in the upper 60s, 17 degrees above average. And then Sunday, 74 degrees, 24 degrees above normal. And today, maybe a few degrees cooler. Our average high is 49 degrees. We'll reach for the lower 70s, possibly record-breaking highs expected today. As some of these record highs set back in 2020, we're in the upper 60s to lower 70s. So new record highs could be set before we're all finished up. We'll cool off into the middle to upper 40s Tuesday near Wednesday, back in the 50s Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Another cool down again as we head near Sunday. Futurecast moving forward, the rain will get out of here. We'll see a lot of sunshine for the rest of the day. Maybe a few passing clouds from time to time. Maybe a few passing clouds again later on tonight, but otherwise remaining mostly clear. And of course, windy out there as well. Then for you Tuesday, a few passing clouds, but otherwise a lot of sunshine with windy conditions expected. Today, lower 70s, some morning rain showers and decreasing clouds. That west wind getting up to about 35 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 30s, mostly clear, getting breezy out there still. That northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. For tomorrow, 46 degrees. We're cooling off. Mostly sunny and windy, though. Northwest wind getting up to about 25 to 30 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. Don't forget, Tuesday we vote. Mostly sunny, highs in the mid-40s. We'll be in the upper 40s Wednesday with a mostly sunny sky. We're partly cloudy on Thursday, highs in the upper 50s. We remain in the upper 50s on Friday, also Veterans Day, with a mostly cloudy sky.
All right, thank you very much. Not bad at all.
Still much more to come as Good Morning Maine continues.
Jared Golden and the Democrats by the numbers. The worst inflation in 40 years. Home heating, groceries, gasoline, all through the roof. 87,000 new IRS agents. $20 billion in new taxes on the middle class. All because 83% of the time, Jared Golden votes with Biden and Pelosi. On November 8, stop the Democrats' war on the middle class. Defeat Jared Golden. The NRCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
People today, they could spend half their lives over 50, but it's gonna take some planning.
What can you do for me?
Make sure your money lives as long as you do. The younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
Janet Mills is crushing Maine families. Under her watch, Mainers will face rolling blackouts this winter, putting our most vulnerable, like seniors, at risk. And because of Mills and Joe Biden's failed agenda, Mainers will pay 72% more for home heating oil and $60 more each month for groceries. Mainers can't afford more of the failed Mills agenda. Vote no on Janet Mills. The top funder of Maine Families First is Thomas Klingenstein.
Breakfast bagels are back at McDonald's. A fluffy egg, 2 slices of cheese, and your choice of a steak patty, bacon, or sausage, all in a toasted bagel. Breakfast bagels are back, but only for a limited time.
After 9/11, Jared Golden joined the Marines and served the country he loves. When he returned, he ran for office to serve the state he calls home. He passed legislation to cap the cost of insulin for seniors and lower drug prices for people across Maine. But Bruce Poliquin, he went from Wall Street to Washington to serve himself, taking thousands from drug companies and voting against capping costs. Jared Golden, from here for us. Moderate PAC is responsible for the content of this episode.
The nation is just one day away from casting final ballots in a pivotal midterm election. Democrats and Republicans are now locked in neck and neck with control of Congress on the line. Presidents past and present hit the campaign trail over the weekend in a final push to get their voters to the polls. ABC's Justin Finch is in Washington.
After months of campaigning, candidates and their surrogates making their closing cases in tightening contest. From the red-hot Senate races in Georgia.
A radical idea nowadays. Character matters. Truth-telling matters. Integrity matters.
We're in a spiritual battle right now, are we not? We're in a spiritual battle.
to Arizona.
Do we think the red wave is dead?
To Pennsylvania.
The energy in Bucks County is just amazing.
The Keystone State, a way station for 3 presidents. President Biden joining former President Obama for a rare joint appearance.
Truth and facts and logic and reason and basic decency are on the ballot. Democracy itself is on the ballot.
Fetterman and Republican opponent Mehmet Oz are in a close race for Pennsylvania's open Senate seat. Former President Trump rallying with Oz.
And if you want to stop the destruction of our country and save the American dream this Tuesday, you must go out and vote Republican in this giant red wave.
The former president also teasing his own entry into the 2024 presidential race as soon as today. President Biden campaigning in New York, reminding voters what's at stake.
This election isn't a referendum, it's a choice. It's a choice between 2 fundamentally different visions of America.
And many Americans are voting early, with more than 40 million ballots already cast, surpassing early voting numbers from the 2018 midterms.
And heavy rains continue to cause misery and destruction in Colombia. Thousands have been impacted by the latest round of rainfall. The water has washed out roadways and caused landslides that have destroyed more than 70 homes. Hundreds more are damaged. Authorities are also searching for people who are still missing after mud flattened entire areas.
White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan visited Ukraine. Sullivan meeting with the head of Ukraine's presidential office, as well as Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, among others. The National Security Advisor also announcing an additional $400 million in security assistance aid to Ukraine, which includes T-72 tanks, surface-to-air missiles, and unmanned aerial vehicles. He also took time to speak about Ukraine's ongoing struggles with Russia, while vowing the U.S. will support Ukraine during the warfare.
This war could end very easily. Russia chose to start it. Russia could choose to end it by ceasing its attack on Ukraine, ceasing its occupation of Ukraine, and that's precisely what it should do from our perspective.
The United States has already committed more than $1 billion in humanitarian aid to Ukraine during 9 months of battle.
Well, still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll hear tips and reminders from the Maine IFW in regards to deer hunting.
Plus, more tips and reminders this morning from the Maine DOT about winter travel safety. That's right, it's that time of year, folks. We'll have that and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Janet Mills? 4 years ago, we filmed an ad here supporting her. But Janet has been a disaster for the state of Maine. She's driving up inflation, and her decisions have permanently harmed small businesses and our economy.
And she's bad for seniors and Maine families. Mills raised our electric bill, and she's pushing up home heating costs.
We need Paul LePage now.
We've got to vote for Paul LePage.
I am so fearful this winter for oil prices.
We can't go on like this.
Jared Golden's votes are definitely making inflation worse.
Jared Golden is not independent.
Golden and Biden are lockstep.
I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and I cannot support Jared Golden.
We need to make a change. Maine needs Bruce Poliquin.
Bruce Poliquin is concerned with Maine people of all walks of life.
I know Bruce Poliquin cares for Maine, and I know he'll fight for us.
I'm Bruce Poliquin, and I approve this message.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Well, welcome back, everyone. Today is Monday, November 7th, 2022. It's also Cancer Awareness Day. On this day in history, in 1944, President Franklin D. Roosevelt won an unprecedented fourth term in office by defeating Republican Thomas Dewey. In 1940, Washington State's original Tacoma Narrows Bridge, nicknamed Galloping Gertie, collapsed into Puget Sound during a windstorm.
In 1991, basketball star Magic Johnson announced he had tested positive for HIV and was retiring from the NBA. Today's birthdays include singer-songwriter Joni Mitchell, she's 79 years old, actor Christopher Knight, who played Peter on The Brady Bunch, is 65, and actor Adam Devine is 39 years old, and singer Lorde is 26. She's known for her single Royals. That came out. I should have Googled it now that we've said this for the third hour of our show.
A few years back, several years ago now.
It seems like about 2015.
Yeah. I have no sense of time. I mean, I think as I get older, too, it's just like, was that like 2 weeks ago or was it 2 years ago?
It could have been 10. Yeah. I don't know. But she was a teenager is what I want to know specifically, and I believe that she was, which is...
happy birthday to her.
Yes.
Yeah, she's very unique and very talented, too.
Yeah. Well, our own Devin Biggs is very unique and very talented, and he has a lovely forecast for our day and night.
Looking good. Hey there, Devin.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Monday. And your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, here we have a couple alerts we had to talk about this morning. We have a gale watch in effect until 7 p.m. Tuesday. I expect these to get upgraded either small craft advisories or gale warnings, and we also do have some small craft advisories up until 4 a.m. on Tuesday. Gusty winds will be on the way, and that's going to make things a little interesting along the coast over the next few days with high surf that will be expected. And some of us are even waking up to a few rain showers this morning. A lot of this right here dissipating as it tracks off to the south and east along a cold front here. And once this cold front moves through, which will be about the afternoon period, these temperatures that are expected to hit the low 70s today will soon begin to fall. But here's this front right about in here continuing to track off towards the south and east. Again, the rain will move through later on this morning. And then the front by about early afternoon will start to pass through as well. Once it moves through, the sun comes out, maybe a few passing clouds. But, of course, the cold front will mean some cooler temperatures on the way. But also a gusty west to northwest wind that will be expected from time to time as well, reaching up to 20 to even 35 miles per hour in a few spots. Even sustained winds today reaching up to around 15 to 20 miles per hour in a few cases, even through parts of Tuesday morning. For today, lower 70s, some morning rain showers, then decreasing clouds with that west wind getting up to about 35 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing decreasing clouds, temperatures in the 70s early, then cooling off. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, the Maine DOT has released a friendly reminder that winter is coming, and they have some ways to keep your car stocked and prepared. They say everyone should have an emergency car kit stocked with a cell phone charger, jumper cables, a spare tire, ice scraper, the small shovel's helpful, duct tape, extra oil, flashlight, first aid kit, blankets, jackets, gloves, water, and snacks. Don't forget the snacks, Emma.
Don't forget the snacks. And it's hard to think about it right now, but it is an excellent time to start making your appointments in advance to get your snow tires on. I know from experience trying to book, many local shops are booking out weeks in advance.
But they're going to run into the crunch as always because people will wait and
this year
have a hard time getting it done.
I know, and with supply chain issues and all of that, we're all used to hearing it, but I think this fall is especially worse.
And we've had warm weather, too. Who's thinking about snow tires?
So they're going to get hit all of a sudden.
A week from now.
Right.
Could be a different story.
Right.
Hopefully that doesn't bring anything true, though.
Yeah.
Well, meanwhile, the Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife recently released a list of tips and reminders to keep in mind for deer hunters out there. According to the IFW, they say minimizing your smell to deer comes in many forms. They suggest using special unscented laundry detergent or baking soda, sealing your hunting clothes in scent-proof bags, and using fragrance-free soaps and deodorants.
They say smell can also be minimized by slowing down. Hurrying through the woods can cause a lot of noise, obviously, and also, though, increase sweat and therefore odor that deer can pick up. Further, they suggest reverting back to the basics, like checking wind direction, studying tracks, bedding, and feeding areas. And when it comes to using a call, they say only use calling if you're comfortable with doing so, saying, quote, nothing can spook a deer faster than a poorly timed or misused call. And for more information, head to mefishandwildlife.com. And on that note as well, the waiting list, or the wait room, has already opened up at mefishwildlife.com to purchase hunters can now purchase another antlerless deer permit. and that will start at 9. So the waiting room is open right now on their website.
So if you want to do that, better get on there.
I know people may not be thinking about it as much because they're focused on the big buck, but
right.
it's all meat for the winter.
Back with sports after this.
If you're a Medicare beneficiary and live in the area, call now to see how this little card could get you some big benefits, including money added back to your Social Security check. With one toll-free call, you can find out how easy it is to get all of your original Medicare coverage, plus extra benefits. You get an all-in-one plan designed to fit your needs so you can be your best every day. You could have medical coverage, prescription drugs with $0 generics, dental, vision and hearing, plus the WellCare Visa Flex Card, money for over-the-counter items, and money back in your Social Security check each month, and so much more. And here's more good news. You can get a WellCare plan for a $0 monthly premium. How can WellCare offer all of those benefits for a $0 monthly premium? It's simple. Medicare Advantage and Medicare Part D prescription drug coverage are important parts of Medicare. WellCare has a contract with Medicare to offer and provide these important options to you. Call right now to get your free copy of the WellCare All-in-One Guide. Call 1-866-819-7962 now. There is absolutely no obligation for requesting this free information. WellCare offers benefits that go beyond the basics, including money added to your Social Security check to help cover your Part B premium. Call today to get your free copy of the All-in-One Guide with absolutely no obligation. Your free plan guide will give you the details you need to make a smart choice for your Medicare coverage. Just call 1-866-819-7962. Remember, there's no obligation for requesting this free information. So call 1-866-819-7962. WellCare. Call today.
Everything I did for my family.
The Cleaning Lady, tonight on Fox.
Welcome back in. Thank you for staying with us. Saturday was practically a holiday for us sports guys in Maine, but not one of the holidays where you eat a lot of food or open some presents. It was state championship Saturday. Field hockey and soccer athletes battling for state titles. We will start in Oakland at Messalonsky with field hockey. MCI and Winthrop battling in the Class C game. First one of the day. Scoreless at half, so we pick it up in the third. A great feed here. Hannah Weaver to Ella Bernier, and she makes a move. She gets it to trickle into the cage. Huskies are up 1. Now for the Ramblers, Bella Littler coming across, and she fires. That rattles in. She ties it up at 1. That's how the game would end, so we have some free field hockey. To overtime we go. Just over 5 minutes in, the Ramblers knock it in. It's Madeline Wagner, the hero for the day. Winthrop takes the championship. They win 2-1. To the Class B game now, Lawrence and Freeport. A great fan section here from Freeport. We will start with some great passing from the Bulldogs. Ashton Stewart, she's going to take the shot, but Piper Williams is there for the save. She had a big day. She got her 100th save of the day in this one. We're going to move on, though, later now. Bulldogs on offense. It's Maddie Niles. She is going to finish it off with the backhand right there. That would be the only goal of the game. Lawrence wins their first state title ever, and the 11 seniors on the team get to go out on top.
It's definitely very emotional, especially since this was my last time playing with them, and I've been playing with them my whole life. It's definitely very sad, but just to come off with this win, it makes it a lot better.
Moving to Class A now, Skowhegan looking for their 21st ever state title. Chevrolet looking to repeat as state champs. Early on, the Riverhawks strike first. Lainey LeBlanc, she's going to get it inside here to Layla Conway, and Conway knocks in the game's first goal. Skowhegan up 1-0. Stags now, Lucy Johnson making her moves. She fires and hits the back of the cage. That ties it. This game was back and forth all day, but Skowhegan continues their reign of dominance. They win another state title. 3-2 is the final. Let's head over to some soccer now. A lot of exciting action in field hockey, but soccer, they didn't disappoint either. Class B and C state championships up north this way over at Hampton Academy on Saturday. Let's start with the Class B boys game. John Baptist and Yarmouth are going at it. Baptist, they're looking to finish the season unbeaten, and their fans are out in force. Yarmouth would strike first, though. They send it in here, and look at this jumping goal. They nail that one. That makes it 1-0 Clippers. Later, it's Jack Mason on the corner. He gets it into John Pangburn, and Pangburn finds the net. We are now tied at 1-1, but the Clippers were too much. This goal here from Stevie Walsh is going to give them the lead, and they would win the gold ball by a final score of 3-2.
I mean, it's an awesome feeling. This group of boys have worked hard all season. We all love each other. We're great. It's a bunch of great kids, and I mean, there's no group of boys I'd rather do this with, so it's just an unbelievable feeling.
To the Class B girls game now. Yarmouth at it again. They are battling Herman for the Class B gold ball. Herman up 1 here in the first. Free kick from Allie Coxon, and it's Lindsay Reed on the header. That's going to make it 2-0 Hawks. But watch this now. A 2-1 game. Ava Feely from 45 yards out gets it over Bella Bowden and into the net. That ties things up at 2. So same score. This is the second overtime period. Macy Gilroy on the corner, and Feely knocks it in with the back of her foot. That is the game winner, and the Clippers go on to sweep the Class B state championships. They complete the comeback. They win it 3-2.
It's unreal. We've been working so hard for this, and our whole team had to come together today, and we did that. Had a beautiful cross from Macy. That's her thing, and we just finished it all together. I'm so proud of them.
To Class C boys now between Fort Kent and Wayne Fleet. Flyers striking first. Nils Burton Johansson on the corner. Good D from the Warriors. Ball goes out to Jacob Woodman. He's going to make it 1-0. Flyers looking for more here, but check out this incredible save from Drew Deshane, flying high to keep his team in it. But Wayne Fleet, they were just too much on the day for the Warriors. Here is Miles Cully, one of his 5 goals in the game. Flyers, they go on to win it 6-1. And the final game at Hamden Academy was a rematch of last year's title game, Bucksport and Maranacook for the Class C title. Bucks, they would strike first. It is the freshman Addison Goss. She is in the box undetected. Fires one home, makes it a 1-0 lead early. Minutes later, the Bucks on the move again off of the corner. This ball is going to find Alex Frizzell. She gives it a nice swoop of the leg and gets this one to go. Make it a 2-0 lead for Bucksport, and the Bucks would go on to win their first ever gold ball. Final score, 2-1. All right, one more game. Class D girls. NYA battling Penobscot Valley. First half, no score. Corner kick. NYA's Angel Huntsman. She heads it home. That makes it a 1-0 Panthers lead. Minutes later, it's another corner kick for NYA. And again, it is Angel Huntsman with the header. North Yarmouth Academy rolls to yet another Class D state championship. They win 8-0. All right, closing the night with some baseball. Jeremy Pena and the Houston Astros won the World Series last night, so a former Black Bear is not only a World Series champion, but Pena became the first ever position player that is a rookie to win the World Series MVP. So, pretty impressive campaign for Jeremy Pena in just his rookie season. That's all the time we have for sports, though. We'll be right back after this.
Interest rates are on the rise and making waves in the real estate market. Buying or selling? You need a navigator. I'm Holly Taylor. Come to the one who gets it done. HollyTaylor.Realtor.
In Maine, our independence, hard work, and freedoms mean everything, but not to Paul LePage. He's repeatedly attacked women's reproductive freedom. LePage supported letting states ban abortion with no exceptions for rape or incest, defunded family planning programs, and told extremists we shouldn't have abortion. He's a risk to our health and freedom, and it's why we can't go back to Paul LePage. The top funder of Better Maine is the Democratic Governors Association.
Bathfitter is a better way to remodel your tub. Precise measuring means the perfect fit. The Bathfitter tub-over-tub process means no mess or stress. A custom-made tub and seamless wall mean a watertight fit. Premium acrylic means it lasts a lifetime. And all this together means a great value. Bathfitter, it just fits. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Jared Golden and the Democrats by the numbers. The worst inflation in 40 years. Home heating, groceries, gasoline, all through the roof. 87,000 new IRS agents. $20 billion in new taxes on the middle class. All because 83% of the time, Jared Golden votes with Biden and Pelosi. On November 8, stop the Democrats' war on the middle class. Defeat Jared Golden. The NRCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Homes are selling in a single day. The real work happens well before. I'm Holly Taylor, and I have the expertise to guide you through your home improvements. Come to the one who gets it done. HollyTaylor.Realtor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Well, DVD, digital, and music releases this week include an Oscar-nominated Western drama, a dark comedy, a crime thriller, and more.
Here's Fox's Kristen Goodwin with a list of new releases.
The Oscar-nominated Western drama The Power of the Dog tops this week's list of what's new in home entertainment, starring Benedict Cumberbatch, Cody Smith-McPhee, Kirsten Dunst, and Jesse Plemons. The film centers on a cruel rancher in 1920s Montana who torments his brother's new wife and her son after moving onto his property.
She could be like mean or a scammer or your dad.
Patton Oswalt leads the dark comedy I Love My Dad. He plays a deadbeat dad who catfishes his estranged son in an attempt to reconnect. The action thriller The Enforcer features Antonio Banderas as a veteran gangster who turns against his own criminal organization when he finds out his boss endangers the life of a young girl.
Your lives for what's underneath the ground.
A widowed father and his deaf daughter are held hostage by a dangerous couple who force them to excavate a buried secret at an abandoned house in the crime thriller Dig. For horror fans, a veteran actress recovering from surgery at a secluded retreat in Scotland develops a connection with the witches that were burned at the stake centuries ago in She Will.
I saw your ad on the internet about the demonologist.
A struggling actor prepares for a role by spending the weekend with a demonologist in the Devil's Workshop.
Hasn't been a murder here in a long time.
Small screen favorites available to own. Season 1 of the AMC Plus dystopian sci-fi series Moonhaven. And for music fans, multi-platinum band Fits and the Tantrums released their new album Let Yourself Free. In Hollywood, Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
It's some great energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had a little bit of it myself.
Maybe you need to wear more pink.
More pink. Maybe that's what I need to do.
That's the key here.
I'll get out my pink tie tomorrow.
Right, there you go. Well, here's meteorologist Evan Diggs with our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, here's these advisories again. Gale watches in effect until 7 p.m. on Tuesday, and we also have small kite advisories up until 4 a.m. on Tuesday as well. I expect these gale watches to get upgraded to gale warnings or small craft advisories at some point, as we'll be dealing with some high surf courtesy of gusty winds that will be developing. We also have rain moving in as well, along this cold front though, and that's been developing from time to time, so you'll get a quick downpour for a while this morning. But once things start to track off towards the south and east, we'll get all this rain out of here. Then for the afternoon, it'll be decreasing clouds and falling temperatures. We'll go from the lower 70s at about the noon time frame, and we'll just keep cooling off. From there, here's the big picture. We're seeing this cold front right about in here that'll be moving through. High pressure not too far away either, so once high pressure starts to move in, that means some nice weather that'll begin to develop as well. We have a few nice days of nice weather on the way. Once we get past today, it'll just be a little bit cooler. Otherwise, though, here's those gusty winds we'll have to watch out for. And some of these gusts reaching up to 30 miles per hour at times today, lasting through tonight, even in the parts of tomorrow as well. So a couple of days at least with gusty winds that will be on the way. Already, wave heights are reporting around 4 to 5 feet right now, according to some of the buoys. Where you see some of these lighter colors here, we're seeing some areas that are seeing higher surf, and of course we're expecting it to get a little bit worse as that cold front begins to move through. Alrighty, temperatures recently continue to get warm. Look at Friday, we were in the upper 60s, 17 degrees above average. And then Sunday, 74 degrees, 24 degrees above normal. And today, maybe a few degrees cooler. Our average high is 49 degrees. We'll reach for the lower 70s, possibly record-breaking highs expected today. As some of these record highs set back in 2020, we're in the upper 60s to lower 70s. So new record highs could be set before we're all finished up. We'll cool off into the middle to upper 40s Tuesday near Wednesday. Back in the 50s Thursday, Friday into Saturday, with another cool down again as we head near Sunday. Futurecast moving forward, the rain will get out of here. We'll see a lot of sunshine for the rest of the day. Maybe a few passing clouds from time to time. Maybe a few passing clouds again later on tonight, but otherwise remaining mostly clear. And of course, windy out there as well. Then for you Tuesday, a few passing clouds, but otherwise a lot of sunshine with windy conditions expected. Today, lower 70s, some morning rain showers and decreasing clouds. That west wind getting up to about 35 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 30s, mostly clear, getting breezy out there still. That northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. For tomorrow, 46 degrees. We're cooling off. Mostly sunny and windy, though. Northwest wind getting up to about 25 to 30 miles per hour. Scott's Recreation extended forecast. Don't forget, Tuesday we vote. Mostly sunny, highs in the mid-40s. We'll be in the upper 40s Wednesday with a mostly sunny sky. We're partly cloudy on Thursday, highs in the upper 50s. We remain in the upper 50s on Friday, also Veterans Day, with a mostly cloudy sky.
The results are in. It's official. The winner of the 2022 Home Buyers and Sellers election is Luke. Luke is the best vote when buying or selling your home. So get Luke and get sold today with Next Home Experience.
Janet Mills is crushing Maine families. Under her watch, Mainers will face rolling blackouts this winter, putting our most vulnerable, like seniors, at risk. And because of Mills and Joe Biden's failed agenda, Mainers will pay 72% more for home heating oil and $60 more each month for groceries. Mainers can't afford more of the failed Mills agenda. Vote no on Janet Mills. The top funder of Maine Families First is Thomas Klingenstein.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps, we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
I've got plans. We've all got them. But Bruce Poliquin's plans would put Social Security benefits at risk. He planned to raise the retirement age and cap retirees' cost of living increases. He even opposed allowing Medicare to negotiate cheaper drug prices. But Jared Golden didn't just plan. He passed legislation to cap seniors' drug costs and let Medicare negotiate drug prices. Jared Golden is the man with the right plan.
DCCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Now over to Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
When the weekend finally rolls around, we often have to balance how much time we need to devote to our to-do list with how much time we can spend relaxing and having fun. With the recipe we're making today, you can start your day with a fun-to-eat breakfast no matter what you have planned. And since it's fast, filling, and really tasty, you can't miss. The first thing we do is scramble a few eggs until they're fluffy. A little trick to get the fluffiest eggs ever: add a touch of warm water to them before cooking them. Then, we spoon our eggs over some tortilla chips that we piled onto an oven-proof platter. Over that goes some sliced breakfast sausage, crumbled bacon, fresh salsa, and lots of shredded cheddar cheese. We'll pop this in the oven, and while it warms, we'll get some scallions and jalapenos ready to sprinkle on top. Once the cheese is melted and the chips are super crispy, it's time to dig in. Think of this as a rise and shine version of your favorite Nacho Supreme. To get the recipe for our fun-to-share breakfast nachos, simply visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a nacho everyday breakfast way to say, ooh, it's so good.
It's about time for second breakfast, if
I
you
know,
ask me.
I'm ready.
Yep.
We've got a few more stories to go, then we can go eat.
Right. An iconic superhero movie costume, let's get through this quickly,
Right.
I think now, from the 1970s hits the auctioneer's gavel and goes for a tidy sum. The Superman costume, worn by the late actor Christopher Reeve in the 1978 film by the same name, has sold at an auction for $350,000. The complete outfit contains a tunic, cape, belt, a pair of trunks, leggings, and boots. The stretchy blue nylon material is also custom woven and has the classic Superman S and shield on the chest and tunic. Prop store auction, the costume seller says it's in good condition, although there were aging and some minor signs of wear. Nylon is just a superior fabric, if you ask me. It's comfy and it lasts.
It's super.
Oh, it's...
I get paid
Oh,
big
boy.
bucks for that. Huh?